Right, hey, what's up, everyone? Here we are, hole number 3, par 5 here. Let's see what the wind looks like. Looks like they gave us a tailwind. That's going to make it easy for guys to kind of get it down to kind of the same spot. It'll typically be kind of into this open up area. Going to be two ways to get it up there. You can see a way that opponents potentially looking is to carry it to this fairway and then use less topspin. This will make things play very consistently, but with that 15-16 wind, it's going to make your second shot arguably, a little bit tougher. But you'll need to kind of back off the topspin if you go that way. And as you can see, there's why. Now, if you don't go for that topspin, if you don't go for that extra distance way, you do have to kind of worry about, now let's just see what this looks like here with, say, a dead ball. It looks like I can probably sneak this into this fairway, even with a dead ball. Thinking somewhere along the lines of maybe 5. If I was to opt for a bounce shot, I'm not going to be able to get it up here as far. So that's one of the main reasons to even be looking at this kind of approach with the full power, because it is going to make it a little bit easier if you make it, which this is probably barely going to do. So I'm thinking something along the lines of this. This is probably about 7-8 rings to the right. And one of the reasons that I'm kind of staying under with that is because it's kind of like a tilted wind. And you can see that I'm able to get it out here. Now, what did I bring in terms of a club? I brought Tsunami and Guardian. I really like a backspin approach on this. And there's kind of two different ways that I've done it in the past. With the Guardian, I tend to use the backstop behind the hole and just kind of naturally bring it down. Now, typically it does kind of bend a little bit towards the right, and you can see from that ball guide, but you can also see that the ball guide's all over the place. So it does really require kind of a perfect type approach. As if you don't get it on that kind of perfect area back there, then you'll see that it just kind of shoots off to the right or shoots off to the left. So it is a very precision shot that you really need to be really honed in on hitting that area, or else it's just not going to come back the way that you want it. So it will take a high level of precision there. So you'll want to be working on it the very next couple days to really try to get honed in on that. Now, what you can see I did here, so that's one of the main reasons I brought Tsunami, is to kind of change the way that I can do this backspin. Now this is 1.8 per ring. I'll typically do maybe just a little bit of left spin, try to bend it around the pin. This is, I was probably about mid club. I'm thinking maybe 2-ish per ring, maybe about 5 rings. And you'll see that I'm just going to try to put that second hop right behind the hole. Now, this is only going to be essentially kind of a starting point. I'm thinking, maybe 5 1/4 rings here. So let's see what this looks like in terms of the ring play. It looks actually pretty good. It just needed just a touch more. But you can see overall what I'm trying to do. Instead of using that big backstop, we're going to be able to do it like this. And keep in mind, I did catch that great ball. So it's just going to take some minor tweaking. You don't want to get it quite as far behind the hole as I just did with my shot. You'll want to play it a little bit tighter. So you will want to kind of put that ball guide just a little bit tighter. You can see that my ring play was actually relatively solid there, because you can see it landed on the fringe kind of where I started. What happened is the ball guide stretched out. So you'll have to essentially be testing your distance, because, you may not drive it as far as me. You might outdrive me, make it even farther. So you will have to play different amounts of rings depending on, how much you get behind there. But that's a very good way of making it. I think that's a very similar win to what we had last major. And that's ultimately how I ended up making a lot of double eagles, was with that method with the Tsunami. And that's one of the main reasons that you can see, I do bring out that dead ball or royal ball, because that little bit of extra distance, it's going to give you some security on the tee shot to make sure that you do get that first top into the fairway, but it's also going to keep you from needing to go to max club in the event your drive's a little bit shorter. You won't have to worry about, going beyond max club, but also getting down towards min club. The more that you can get down towards min club, the easier that ring adjustment becomes. So you got to factor that in as well, because that means I won't have to play quite as much wind effect, which does make it easier. So if I get that down to the edge of the fairway just a touch more, you don't want to get yourself in between clubs, but it does make it easier playing more towards min club to be able to get that adjustment. So good luck with that hole. That's the method that I really recommend there. So keep that in mind, and I will see you guys on the next one.